Yo, what's happening, everybody? I'm in a great mood tonight. Welcome to another edition of Live from My Mother's Basement here on Instagram Live, over here on Facebook Live, and then we're going to repeat this show again and again and again until people can't stand watching it, so they watch it in reruns and then call me over to their house. We're going to have a great show tonight. My brother Anthony was supposed to be with me tonight. He had to cancel because this young man is in the construction business. If you know anything about the state of New Jersey right now, it's 110 degrees. People are boiling, sweating, dying, and my younger brother's out paving the highway. He's working for a big company, and he's been in the paving business for 30 years. So I said, come on, you got to be on the show. And he's like, listen, I can't make it. I'd rather go swimming in the ocean because the job that he's working on happens to be all the way down South Jersey. So a shout out to my brother, Anthony Marino. Couldn't make it here tonight, but don't you worry about it, folks. I got plenty of shit I want to talk about, and I'm going to let you have it. I happen to be wearing another shirt that says Paul Marino Band. The Paul Marino Band happens to be my older brother. That's right, I'm the middle child. That's why I'm so fucked up. My older brother's name is Paul Marino, and he has a band. It's called the Paul Marino Band, and he plays all around the Jersey Shore, and he'll also be working with me in the great state of Florida when we start touring out there, January, February, or March, because I got an unbelievable schedule. That's right, Make America Italian Again tour is going to keep on going right till April, May of next year. Quick shout out to some friends who are writing in from Long Island. Ozzy, how you doing? My friend Ozzy is a great, great guy. And we're going to talk a little bit about maybe your opinion on what happened at Mar-a-Lago when FBI said, you know what, screw it. Let's just open up this guy's house and go check out some shit. So we're going to talk about that too. But that's my friend Ozzy, who's known for hanging out at the greatest comedy club in the world, or one of the greatest comedy clubs in the world. It's called Governor's Comedy Club in Long Island. There's another one in Long Island, and there's another one. There's three in Long Island. I can't. Bohemia. Something, Long Island. I'm a Jersey boy. Give me a break. I only know how to get to Long Island because I can put it in my computer and it tells me how to get there. All right, so here we are. We're all settled. Thank you so much, everybody, for writing in. I'm glad you guys can hear me. Hello, Charles. Hello, Kevin. Hello, Leela. Hello, Jacqueline. Brokerage in Belmore. All right, Brokerage in Belmore. Governors in, say them all if you want. I actually need to leave my availabilities with that club because I haven't performed in Long Island in quite some time. The last time I did it, I was out there with the legendary comedian from the TV show Jersey Housewives, Joe Gorga. So we need to go back out there and do a show called what I would like to call Redemption, the Redemption Tour. Mike Marino, Joe Gorga back at Governors in Long Island after about a year. We're going to do it. So it's Governors in Levittown. Thank you so much, Ozzy, for letting us know. Charlie Stevens, good evening, and how you doing? All right. Came down to the basement tonight. As you know, I wanted to have my brother on the show. He couldn't make it, so I'm sitting here by myself, sipping some of my favorite type of beer. It's called Miller High Life. There's a lot of beers out there that you can't get anymore in a typical liquor store, but if you go on Google, you can Google. I normally have a thing on this bar that's let's say a bartender's toolbox, and it says Ballantine Ale, and it sat on my grandfather's bar, in his bar that he had. I can't even think of the name of it, which was in Jersey City, New Jersey. I think if you go on the internet, you can Google where you can buy Ballantine beer. You definitely can buy Miller High Life beer, and I do it because it's nostalgic. And also what I'm doing today, and you guys can't see this, but I have a refrigerator down here from the 1950s. And after a while, it looks like it's got snow in it. And the snow is in the freezer portion of the refrigerator, and it's about that thick. And what you have to do is you have to shut the refrigerator off. Now, there's a button next to the butter place in this 1950s refrigerator, and you hit the button and it shuts it off. I just pull the plug, and in about maybe 2 hours there is water all over your house, unless you know how to do it. And I know how to do it. You put buckets in your refrigerator and you take everything out, especially your alcohol, and you put it in a 1940s sink. You fill it up with ice, you fill it up with water, and you keep your shit cold until you're ready to turn on your refrigerator. I'm not ready to turn on that refrigerator. I'm going to turn it back on sometime tomorrow because I have to clean it. I have OCD and I have to clean this bitch. Then I'm going to clean it, then I'm going to fill it back up. Does anybody know why? Here's some trivia, and I know this for a fact, and I've never worked at Home Depot. Maybe new refrigerators, this doesn't qualify. But old ones, especially ones with an old motor and a refrigerator that doesn't have any technical shit. 50s, 60s, maybe 70s. You have to fill it with anything you could think of. Because if you fill it with water bottles, if you fill it with soda, if you fill it with alcoholic bottles like this, it doesn't have such a hard time keeping it cold. Dig? Because there's too much shit in it. And it don't have to work that hard. And there you go. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Holy shit, was that my computer? My computer just rang. I think somebody must have said something dirty. Thank you for ringing my chimes. Anyway, that's true. You can actually do that way. Hello, Deborah. It's nice to see you. I'm taking in a question right now. I normally will do it at the end of the show, so why don't we do this right now? Deborah says, Deborah1282 on Instagram, my parents had that kind of fridge in the basement too. Oh, that's not a question. That's a statement. Well, I'm glad you had that refrigerator in your basement. You shouldn't have got rid of it, because I got it. My brand new refrigerator has problems. I have to call Home Depot, who treat me like shit on the phone and pretend they don't know what I'm talking about. And they say things like, you got the wrong department. I'm in lighting. You want refrigeration. And then you go to refrigeration and somebody else answers the phone and says, I'm in sink repair. Then you get connected to another. I'm in gardens. Then you get somebody else on the phone and they say, I don't speak English. I'm like, you just did. Thank you very much. I'll be here all night, sons of bitches. But anyway, I can imagine a long time ago, if there was a problem with a refrigerator like this, somebody came to your house with a big bucket of tools, right? How many people remember when your TV broke, somebody came over your house from Admiral, and he had this big red toolbox, and it had bulbs in it. Big light bulbs. And they were like this, yeah, let me go behind. They open up the back of the TV, and they take out these bulbs. Then they put in some new bulbs, and they said, yeah, it's $30. And you had to pay them cash right away because there was no such thing as credit. And then when your husband came home, you went, what the hell happened to the television? Don't worry, we won't eat for a month. That's how much things were back in the day. All right. Hey, Angie, how you doing? It's nice to see you. Welcome to the show tonight, guys. Sorry my brother Anthony couldn't show up, but that's all right. I'm sitting in the basement with some great beer, and I'm sitting here with you guys. I also have some pizzas here from Max's on Park Avenue right here in Scotch Plains, New Jersey, and I'm going to get out that pizza, and I'm going to eat it with some things that I add to my pizza, and we'll see if you guys actually agree if you like what I do to my pizza. If you don't come to my house and have pizza with me. I want to start off by, there's so many people writing right now about this goddamn refrigerator. It wasn't supposed to be a whole big dialogue. I wish I could take this shit over there if you guys could see. Mike, clean the fridge or kill it. I'm probably going to kill what's in the fridge and leave it in the fridge and come back in a couple years. Where your bro? Oh, my brother's on a construction site. I said that. If you were watching from when I started, you would know why he's not here. And I'm wearing a tribute shirt to my other brother. I find it fascinating when I was watching the news tonight that the FBI goes into Trump's house at Mar-a-Lago and investigates. Could you imagine what that would be like? And he wasn't home. And then you got to wonder, he's got to have cameras around his property. Does he have cameras in his kitchen? Does he have cameras videotaping his refrigerator? Does he have a 1950s refrigerator? I doubt it. I'm sure he's got a 2022. But then they supposedly went into his private quarters. Now, I would just assume a home is private quarters. I guess they were assuming they were just going to check his office. Maybe they were just going to check, I don't know, his basement. But could you imagine them breaking into my house? And I got cameras. And I would videotape that whole shit. And I put that up on TikTok. I'm like, that's right. FBI came to my house because they were looking for the secret to, I don't know, secrets, the way I make, the way I, they were looking for the secret on how to defrost the refrigerator. And they came up with nothing. But they took all my antiques because they figured maybe there's something in the antique. I don't know. Maybe this doesn't make any sense. I just want to know, was there somebody who went in there that works for the FBI that said, you know what? Let's look in his closets. Because that's where you find secrets, in the closets. They went into his bank. He's got a safe. They went into the safe. But let's suppose they went into, you know, don't make me say it, but his wife's room. One of them had to go in there and pull out a G-string and go, hey, Johnny, what do you think, man? And sniffed it. We'll be right back after this commercial break. So you guys are afraid to say anything, but that's funny as fuck. You know it. And I guarantee you there was somebody in on that FBI board that said, let's go into the room and pull out some underwears. You can get away with it. You went in the house. Wouldn't that be hilarious? What'd you find? Nothing. Oh my God, look at this bra. Maybe they found his makeup. This is how he's so orange. They probably took his booze. Well, when you think about it, if they broke into the average person's house, which Donald Trump is not your average person, if they came into my house, you know damn well they were going to have some fun. And they could videotape themselves doing stuff, maybe cracking my jokes, stealing my albums, wearing my shirts, coming behind the bar and taking a sip of some of the wine and shit. That probably happened. Look, at somebody just said that could be a whole new bit. I think it should be. There's no reason why I can't watch the news and turn it into comedy. That's what comedians do. We watch the news and we turn it into comedy as fast as we can. Mike, you're too funny. Thank you, Marianne. How you doing? I'm doing good, Debbie. It's nice to see you. Hi, everybody. Hey, there's a new thing out there right now. Maybe you guys can read this, and I hope that you are. It says, during this broadcast, you can support my page by sending stars, a digital gift that helps me to keep doing my videos. So send me some stars, send me some hearts, send me some money. I'd rather have the money. If you got any money, send the money. I don't know where you put it in the mailbox. I don't know. Google me. No, not Google me. What can you do? Venmo me money at Mike Marino Live. You could also support my tour by buying these shirts. I'm sorry, this shirt. That's so weird. This shirt, oh, it says, Make America Italian Again. All you got to do is go to MikeMarino.net and pick yourself up a couple of shirts, and I put that money towards my charity. I have a great charity. She's really pretty and she's expensive. So help me with my girl charity. Hey, Big Shot, how you doing? I'm hilarious. Thank you so much. All right, Tastefully Olive. We talked about Tastefully Olive on one of my shows once before because my friend Melissa was a sponsor of the show. Tastefully Olive is a fantastic product that you guys can get on the internet. And last week, I was talking about how I made at home chicken cutlets. That's right. Egg, bread, breadcrumbs. I made them myself. I fried them down here in the basement like my mother would, because if you fry shit upstairs, you make a mess and you get your ass kicked. So you got to come down to the basement and grill over here on the dirty stove, which is clean because it's across from the refrigerator. But I had a great time putting olive oil and balsamic vinegar on my chicken cutlets. So if you guys are interested, you can go on the internet to tastefullyolive.com. Now, Melissa, I'm coming to Texas this Thursday, and I look forward to seeing you at my show. That's right. She's in Texas. I'm going to be in Addison, Texas at TK's Comedy Club Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. There's two shows, and one. Is that right? 2 Thursday, 2 Friday, 2 Saturday. Oh, man, my computer keeps on chiming. Let me see what this is. I miss you, Mike. Well, I miss you, too. Hi, Lucille. How you doing? I guess... Oh, did somebody give me money? Is that what that chime was? Where's my long sleeve shirt? Let me tell you something. Anybody who puts on a long sleeve shirt in the state of New Jersey right now needs to go to the hospital. All right, so you guys check it out. Tastefully Olive on the internet. We're going to see them this week over at TK's Comedy Club in Addison, Texas. Come on down and grab some tickets. We're going to have a lot of fun. I love and appreciate all the sponsors that I've had over the past 3 years of doing this live from my mother's basement, and a lot of them have been back, and they keep on sponsoring the show. And right now I got a great new sponsor we're going to talk about. Hopefully this is all going to work. I didn't want to break out with it yet because it's going to start being on sale in the month of September. You guys are going to lose your minds. And we're going to have a cooking contest on my show with this particular product. I don't know, maybe we'll have to put some Tastefully Olive balsamic vinaigrette on the product. It's probably not going to taste so good, but it's a good idea just to give it a shot. And I'm going to make that happen. I'm actually going to do a little eating in a little while, but I really want to get to what I saw in the news. So what do you guys think about this, the FBI just going into the Mar-a-Lago and saying, you know what, let's go check and see if we can't find some documents from the president or the ex-president of the United States and see if we can't lock them up. You would think these people would just focus on what they need to focus on and leave him alone. It's over. He's gone. Maybe someday he'll come back, and when he comes back, that'll be the day that you can go after him and try to figure shit out. In the meantime, let's focus on the fact that I'm running for president of the United States, and no FBI has broken into my house yet. I really would like to make that happen. Boy, if I had the FBI break into my house, I could make TikToks. And they won't even find any girly underwear. Could you imagine that? And that's what they did. They come over. We didn't find anything, but there was female lingerie all over his bedroom. I'm like, wow, that's bullshit. Tommy Tellerino, how you doing, brother? I miss you. Also in the news, sadly, it seems like we keep losing people all the time. Now, I guess you guys know we lost 2 people, one being Olivia Newton-John. How could you not love Olivia Newton-John? Now, I don't know about you people, but Grease came out when I was a kid, and all your friends in your hometown saw the movie. There was a time where you could actually see it still at a drive-in. I think there was a drive-in theater in Scotch Plains somewhere. Union, Route 22 in Union. John's Meat Market, we were talking about you. You're late. We were on Park Avenue today buying pizza. You need to come on the show. Tracy Huggs, Boston, how you doing, sweetheart? It's nice to see you. Oh, I got to talk about that too. I don't think I'm allowed to say sweetheart as an affectionate hello anymore. You got to watch what you say to people. You got to just say hi and be boring. Olivia Newton-John, when she was in Greece, me and all the guys and girls went to go see the movie. And what did we do when the movie was over? Come on, you all did it. You went out in the streets and you danced and you sang the song as best you could. You grabbed all your friends. I actually saw it in Belmar, Lisa Fudali. I saw Grease in Belmar with Chris Cassi and Joe, my brothers. And all we started doing was jumping on cars going, well, it's an old lifters and 4-barrel quads, oh yeah. Get her ready. Also, go get ready. LOL. Hi, Mike. I mean, hi, sweetheart. Well, thank you very much. If you call me sweetheart, it's okay for me to call you sweetheart. Just don't call me an asshole because it'll sound like shit if I call you an asshole. All right. This is a great podcast. I'm loving tonight. Thank you so much. Hi, Carol. How you doing? It's nice to see you too. But it's sad that we lost Olivia Newton-John. I guess that may be one of the most famous movies that she was in. But I think she was in Xanadu, too. That was about roller skating or some shit like that. I can't really remember. Louis Marino, how you doing, buddy? Grease Lightning. That's right. I already sang that song. Hopelessly Devoted to You. That was the song we all cried to when we were 13. We really didn't even know what it meant. And there was another person that passed away today at 81 years old. Maybe you guys know him from his music. Baby Love, Like a Heat Wave. He wrote a lot of hit singles back in the day. Lamont Dozier, who's in the Music Hall of Fame. Hi, Rosemary. How are you? I'm getting a letter from Rosemary. She says, hi, Mike. People take you the wrong way because we all need hugs. Okay. Well, I don't know what that means, but if you were in front of me right now, I'd give you a hug. So don't take me the wrong way. People don't take me the wrong way. They know exactly where they stand with me. If you don't smell, I'll give you a hug. But if you stink like onions, I ain't coming near you. How could you mistake that? Summer lovin' had me a blast. Yes. I'm so glad you guys are singing the song. I can hear you singing. So it's sad that we lost those people. Oh, I don't know what this guy's name was, but he was also in the news, and he's pumped, and he's really psyched that the FBI went into Trump's house, and he went on the internet, and he goes, knock, knock, who's there? The FBI, you dick. And I thought that guy was a jerk for doing that. That's just a guy who's looking for social media hits. He's a jerk. Nobody deserves harassment of any kind. They really just don't. All right? I was also watching in the news tonight the unbelievable amount of new drugs. Yes, there's new drugs coming up everywhere. Now there's a drug for kids, and I can't think of what they were saying it was for. They just kept saying, this is perfect. VC something. Start your children off the right way. But I don't know what the drug's for. And why are you giving your kid drugs? The kids in the commercial didn't look like that had any health problems. Now there's a drug out that actually is for men who have a curved penis. This is for real. This is not just a joke I'm coming up with. They call your curved penis something. Anybody know what it's called? There's a curved penis, and there's a word for it. In the commercial, they use an orange carrot, a very bright orange carrot. It's supposed to replica a man's penis, and it's curved. But if you take this drug, it straightens it out. So you no longer have to have a carrot cock. You can have a straight PPP. Folks, I am not making this shit up. The commercial has all carrot. Yes, it's a real commercial. It is just out of control. And the doctor's going like this, you don't have to suffer with a curved penis anymore. You can straighten that shit out. Boom. And it's not to have an erection. It's to have a straight penis. How was Dr. Chekio's chiropractor? Okay. So, I'm friends with a chiropractor, and he came over this morning at 9 o'clock, and he was fantastic. Thank you for watching. I know you people think it was funny, but he's actually helping me. My back has been in a lot of pain because I've been working out. That's why I'm looking so gorgeous. And I pulled a muscle in my back. Well, Dr. Chekio, Dr. Jim Chekio, who is also a part of Dr. Andy Rosenfarb of Westfield, Accuvision Acupuncture. Pressure? I don't know why I always say puncture. Is it pressure or puncture? Pressure. Acupressure, where I go to get rid of my pain. So the doctor was here this morning. Oh, did he make you eat the donut cannibal stretches? Let me tell you something. I think he is coming back tomorrow morning, and if it is, it's because you guys said so. Yes, he's coming tomorrow morning. I didn't plan it. I bumped into him. I was walking down the street. I don't plan these things. There's still COVID out there, and now you can get monkeypox. You get an adjustment, and you're too close to each other, you can get monkeypox. Actually, I don't want to laugh about monkeypox because they're saying now it's a national epidemic, and now everybody's in a big panic. It's just, they do need to change the name. How do you come up with monkeypox? And what are the symptoms? Are you scratching yourself? Are you starting to turn? Are you hungry for bananas? What? How do you know you got monkeypox? You got a cold? Are you sick? Do you sneeze? Are you taking out your shit from your ass and throwing it against the wall? That's what the monkeys do. Or is that a gorilla? And then what happens when you have monkeypox and you can't get rid of it? Then you get gorilla pox. It gets older. Monkeypox, gorilla pox. I'm waiting for them to come out with dinosaur pox. This way I can I don't know, become an archaeologist. Sal Baggs is watching. Hey, Sal, how you doing? Michael Pinko, donkey pox. Well, donkey pox is next. We got donkey pox. We got all kinds of pox. Hi, Melanie. Melanie Minetti, it's nice to see you. Buenos Aires, nice to see you. Hello, Chris. Thank you, everybody, for writing into tonight's show. Let me see if I can't move this along a little faster. The clock is ticking. So we talked about the FBI. We talked about drugs. Oh, there's a lot of people out there now that are saying they couldn't find any lifeguards for the rest of the summer and bring us into September, October, because a lot of lifeguards go back to school. So where are they getting the lifeguards? The retirement communities. Because when you're drowning, what I need is an 85-year-old guy to go, hoo hoo, hoo hoo. This is a whistle. Get out of the water. No, I can't come in the water. I'll drown. But they are getting some senior citizens to become lifeguards again. Josh Masciello is one of the greatest producers in Los Angeles, California. We're going to do a big shout out to him right now. Make America Italian again is what we're going to call the new tour, which I think is hilarious. Make America Italian again, and we're going worldwide. And if everything goes the way it's supposed to, you guys are going to watch one of the funniest television series or movies produced by my friend Josh Masciello, who's watching me right now. Josh, let's try to talk later. I sent you a text. I'm on my way back to Los Angeles. But first off, I'm starting off this week in Texas, where the Yankees not supposed to go. But let me tell you something. I'm going to break balls, and I'm going to break barriers, and I'm going to get the votes from the Cowboys out there. We are going worldwide. That's right, my brother. Josh, you know what? When I get back to California next week, you should come on the podcast. I was supposed to have my younger brother on the show tonight. He couldn't make it because he's working in construction. But once we hit the TV series, Make America Italian again, nobody's working in construction. In fact, we'll call somebody else to come over and pave the driveway. All right, let me see who's writing in really quickly, because I have a friend in Boston. I have a lot of friends in Boston, but her name is Tracy Huggs, and I want to see what she's saying. Your brother didn't show up to do the show? Yes, you got to watch the whole show. I went over this. Rosemary. I love you, Rosemary. You're funny as hell. She watches every morning, and I think she's in a different country. Have you noticed that all the insurance company TV commercials, Late Dummy like Fly and Mayhem, are Dr. Rick and Jake from State Farm and the guy who has the deep voice? Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of accidental commercials, and I think they're funny. I like that commercial with the guy who gets hurt all the time. It's hilarious to me. Amen. Growing Up Grand. Yes. We're going to make that series too. Have you seen how she wrote the same thing twice? Okay, cool. Yes, folks, I watch everything. I try to stay up on everything so that I could bring comedy to it. I'm not doing it right now, but actually I did a routine about monkeypox on Sunday night, and I couldn't stop laughing because I didn't write it down. I didn't know I was going to do it. I walked out on stage, and I just started talking about monkeypox, and I just thought it was funny as shit. I talked about mad cow disease and all the diseases that come from animals, and you're supposed to not be able to make fun of it, but you have to. It's fucking funny as shit, and I'm not going to stop. What is mad cow disease? Do you walk around going, I'm pissed? That's hilarious, all right? I love this crowd. You guys are amazing. Josh, yes, let's definitely talk tomorrow. I was saying, are you good at your job? Because they're saying they still need to increase minimum wage, and more places are going to put out a bucket for a tip. I remember when I was younger that tipping was for a waiter or a waitress. If you can't say waiter or waitress anymore, then I'll say server. I would hate to be called a server. Server! Bring me my service. That's insulting to me. I prefer to be called a waiter. Waiter, would you come here, please? And I would say, I certainly would. Top of the morning to you. I won't want to be called a server. And if I was a girl, I wouldn't want to be called a waiter. I want to be called a waitress. That sounds so much nicer. I think it's romantic, actually. Oh, waitress. I remember I was a waiter with me and my friend Glenn and Gary Morrow from Scotch Plains. They were Italian actors, and they're twins. They looked identical. It was hard to tell them apart, even when you were standing next to them. If you talk to one of them on the phone, they sound like each other. You don't even know who you're talking to. You're like, Glenn, is that you? No, it's Gary. Shit. Right? Anyway, so we waited tables for this place called Rococo. Sometimes we waited tables where people were worth billions of dollars. Glenn and Gary came to see me perform this Saturday night. I haven't seen them in a couple of years. We talked about the days when we used to wait tables and we didn't have a pot to piss in. And the three of us got in a jalopy and went to some billionaire's house called Ted Fields. Ted Fields owned Marshall's department stores. Yes, and he was married to Yvette Mimieux. Yvette Mimieux was the star of the movie Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. We had to learn how to serve Russian service, French service, American service. You had to go to a class to learn how to be a waiter of the upper echelon. And you wore a white jacket. You had to be 5'7" and above. You wore the white gloves. This is a true story. I did this for a bunch of years. Wasn't making enough money as an actor, so I had to do what I had to do. One night we were serving the Russian service, no, French service, which means you serve from your plate to their plate, and then you go around the table, serve the women, around the table, serve the men. I wonder if you can even do that now without pissing somebody off. Anyway, that's what you had to do. He had a party in his bedroom because he had his ceiling in his bedroom painted like the Sistine Chapel in Italy. That's how much money these people had. He had an elevator. At my table was Sidney Poitier, Kirk Douglas, who's 007, the good one, Sean Connery, the good one. I like Sean Connery, was the best. The ambassador from France, and Ronald Reagan, who just got done being president or was going to be president. I don't remember. And then there was dignitaries everywhere. So we had to serve them. You're not allowed to talk to them. We had to offer them Chateau d'Yquem because this particular wine was so expensive. If you just poured it to make sure they had wine, you would get fired. So and you had to do it too, like this. Like, here's my friend's wine, Massimo. You stuck your thumb up the ass of the wine, and you touched the wine with your fingers like this. It keeps it from having anything to do with you. No, wait. If it's cold, this keeps it cold. If it's warm, it keeps it warm. And that's the way you poured. And it was nerve-wracking, because if you spilt this shit, you were going to embarrass the hell out of everybody, and you were going home. This is a true story. Now, Glenn and Gary and myself were strong compared to some of the other waiters. Get it? Anyhow, so we had to carry the big, big trays. There was a time where we served the meat, then the pasta, then the palate cleaner, then another dish, then a palate cleaner, and then chocolate swans. The chocolate swan was white chocolate, and in the ass of the swan was strawberry ice cream. And the swan sat in a tray of jelly, red jelly. So we put 40 swans on these tables, and the people would take a piece of the wing, they would take a piece of the eye and go, isn't this delicious? And then they didn't eat nothing else. They got up, went into the other room, and did the lambada. You can't make this shit up. I'm telling you the truth. I saved every placemat from this party, and I mailed it home to my mother. It's going to be part of my book, Letters to My Mother. This shit's going to be in the book. Because I couldn't believe I was talking to Sean Connery. Well, I didn't talk to Sean Connery. I gave him his Chateau d'Yquem because it was expensive. I remember nobody wanted the Chateau d'Yquem at one table. And then I went to the ambassador of France and I said, Chateau d'Yquem. And he goes, oh, leave the bottle. Because he knew what that shit was worth. And he drank it all up, right? So we go into the kitchen and the 10 waiters are now going to have their break. And we can eat whatever they were eating. It's unserved. So if it's unserved, you can eat it. One waiter said, oh, wow, there's only 3 swans and there's 10 waiters. And I said, what are you talking about? There's 40 swans on the tables in the other room. And they go, that's disgusting. And I said to them, oh, yeah? I grabbed my friend Glenn and Gary, and I said, you heard of Russian service? You heard of French service? Now you're going to hear of Jersey Italian service. And we went in the other room, and we scooped up all the half-eaten swans, took them into the kitchen, and we ate them. Okay, there's nobody laughing, but I think it's funny. That's what happened. What a great story, and I can't wait to read the book. It is going to be a great story, and there's Ingrid Beckman from Scotch Plains. We got to get a massage from you. Becker, Ingrid Becker, it's nice to see you. Anyway, that's my experience of waiting tables. I guess we wouldn't be considered waiters anymore, so let's just go into the food category of this show. Thank you so much for loving my little story. This is my friend's wine, Massimo Battista. This one's called Forget About It, and this is the only one that I have left. I was drinking it the other day. I was drinking the Real Chooch, and I was drinking the Cabiche, and you guys can get it too at therealchooch.com. I'm not going to drink it tonight because I'm having pizza and beer, but if I could, I would have it in this glass right here. You guys remember Diablo Moon. These guys were so nice to sponsor a show with me, Mike Marino, live from my mother's basement, Diablo Moon. And not only did I fill my glass with the wine, they have some really great products. I'm using this product right now. I'm going to show it to you. It's working. I'm going to even show you how it's working, if I can get it. It's a coaster, and the coaster has beer all over it, but at least it's not on my bar. So Diablo Moon not only has these glasses, but have these great coasters. And of course, one of the biggest reasons why I'm saying this is one of my favorite products at Diablo Moon is the pizza pie cutter. I never had a pizza pie cutter my entire life. I really didn't. Who does? Who has this in your house? You know, you grow up in an Italian family, your mother's got a knife. And what'd your father have? A switchblade. You never did. So this is so nice. If you guys want to get one, go to diablomoon.shop. I remember everything that I talk about because I don't just advertise anybody. I advertise things that I enjoy. I advertise things that have merit. If you guys want to sponsor a show, very easy. Write to me, Mike Marino Live at gmail.com. I'll talk to my producer, Tatiana Blueshell, and we'll let you know how we're going to talk about your product right here on the show every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock and also on Instagram from time to time. So here is this fantastic pizza pie cutter. We got some pizzas from Max's Pizza on Park Avenue. And I had to have a meatball. I have a sausage. In my dish right now is plain. Every once in a while, you do get your pizza from your favorite pizza pie shop. Maybe they're busy. Maybe they don't have 100% time to cut the pizza. And they zap it. And then you take it home and you got to fucking pull it apart. I don't. I have my pizza pie cutter. And if it doesn't pull apart the right way, I cut it myself. So I did. And there it is. A nice, plain slice from Max's Pizza on Park Avenue. I love that name of the wine. It's sweet. Yes, I'm glad you like that. It's the Real Jooch. All right, so do you like your pizza plain? Do you like your pizza with meatball? Do you like your pizza with sausage? I actually do like it with something else other than plain, unless I'm just going to do the average all-American 2 slices and a Coke. Right now, I'm with plain because what do I put on plain? Garlic powder. I'm not advertising McCormick's. They don't need me. But if they called me, I would. I would say, McCormick's! But they didn't. So I said, ShopRite. That's so fucking funny. All right, so a little garlic powder to give it a little kick in the ass. And I like black pepper. This is ground black pepper, and it's the generic brand. What the hell's this doing in my house? I don't use generic products. But when I'm done, I'm going to the 7-Eleven. I like it plain, but I also like it with pepperoni. And I like onion, and I also like black olives. My friend Tracy Hugg, who is in Boston, likes to put olives on her pizza. I have to confess, I almost did it tonight. Not because I think I would like it, not because I thought it was something to do, but I had an extra jar of olives and it was half eaten, and I have to get rid of them because I'm leaving on Thursday. And I'm a really OCD guy, so I have to get rid of all the garbage in my house. So I was going to put green olives on my pizza. Holy shit, 10 times better. The garlic and the black pepper, I'm going through the roof. Now, here's something that annoys people. You guys let me know if this annoys you. In California, when I first went out there, people were putting ranch dressing on their crust. I didn't think that was a good idea. But California pizza has crust that's really not that good. So, putting ranch on your crust in California is a good idea. Now, is it a good idea to do it on Max's Pizza? Probably not while we're recording. But when I'm done, I'm going to. I'm definitely going to put ranch dressing on my crusts because when I'm done with this podcast, I'm going to smoke these two things. These are the drugs that kids should be having. No, I'm only kidding. This is marijuana. Don't listen to me. I'm being stupid. I know someone who puts ranch on everything. Well, tell us about it. Could you imagine that? I put ranch on everything. Well, roll on over. That's disgusting. We'll be right back after this commercial break. And now a word from our sponsors. This weekend, I was so blessed to do all these great shows. Tracy, I hope you're watching. I want to thank you so much for your gift. One of the coolest things about being a live performer is when people come up to you after a show, they want to take a picture, maybe buy a shirt, maybe sponsor a tour. Some people give you gifts. This weekend, I got a bunch of cannolis from my friend Joe. They call them Buenos Aires. Joe, thank you for the cannolis. They were delicious. I can't lie to you. When you come to a show and you give me the gift before the show, 4 comedians are going to eat it. You brought a gift into the green room where there's 3 other comedians. Bye-bye. They ate those cannolis faster than I did. But I did get to have the chocolate one. I love a chocolate-covered cannoli. It was delicious, and the stuff inside was fantastic. Don't you just love it, Tracy? So my friend Joyce came up to me after the show. No, she did it before the show, too. She gave me a card with homemade. Homemade, are you looking? You got it, Joe, no problem. Homemade cooked onions for hot dogs or hamburger, whatever you put it on. The best red onions, I don't even think it's called red onions. We always said cooked onions because they were cooking it at the cart. I think it's onion sauce. If you go on the jar for Sabrettes, they got Sabrette hot dogs, Sabrette buns, Sabrette mustard, Sabrette red onions, Sabrette sauerkraut. It says onion sauce. So these are cooked onions that she made. She made them from scratch. I came home the night after the show. I just happened to have a couple of hot dogs waiting for me in the refrigerator. 12 o'clock at night. Oh, son of a bitch. If you could only smell it, maybe someday they'll have smell video podcast. This smells so good. I don't have a fork. Shit. I can't dip this in there. It's too big. The onions look delicious. These onions are delicious. Get a fork over there. Get a fork over there. It's okay. This smells really good. The onions, I don't know what kind of onions they are. She put some kind of red sauce in here, and it's absolutely Truman Sabrette. Now, a spoon came out of nowhere. I don't know. This spoon was from it's in the thing. Okay, look. Now, of course, I took these out of the jar, and I put them in a plate, and I microwaved them. But even cold, ladies and gentlemen, even cold, this is delicious. So thank you, my friend Tracy. I really, really appreciate this. Would this go good on pizza? I say yes. Tracy, will I smoke some weed with you? I say yes. All right. I'm going to make an announcement on where I'm performing this week, and then we got to get going because the pizza's getting cold here in the basement. I have some weed sticks I want to smoke, and I'm going to put cooked onions on my my pizza. Tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, if you're here in the great state of New Jersey, Bob Gonzo, Vinny Scafuto, I'll make sure I said that right. Oh, I'm sorry, Vinny Scarpa. Folks, tomorrow night, Vinny Scarpa who's an up-and-coming, brilliant comedian, is going to take to the stage tomorrow night at 8:15 at a brand new comedy club called Stone and Rail. And the Stone and Rail is in Glen Rock, New Jersey. So if you want tickets, it's my last performance here in New Jersey before I go out on tour. So I'm going to join that show. Bob Gonzo, Vinny Scarpo, look them up on the internet. Stone and Rail, Glen Rock, New Jersey. The phone number is 201-543-8898. That's tomorrow night. If it's not sold out, come on and have some fun. All right? If you're in Texas, I'm coming to Addison, Texas. I'm landing in Dallas-Fort Worth. I plan on getting myself some Skull, some Wrangler jeans, and a nice Akubra. That's an Akubra. I got that in Australia. So maybe when I go to Texas, I will get what's a good hat? Stetson? Stetson. Get a Stetson, some Skull, and who knows, maybe I'll buy a horse that identifies as a cow, and we'll make sheep noises. That's next. Sheep pox. August 11th through August 14th. That is the Addison TK's Comedy Club. Come on down, have some fun. On August 18th, I'll be at the Laugh Factory in Hollywood. That's right, I'm going back to the Sunset Strip this Thursday night. Next Thursday night, August 18th in Hollywood. Laugh Factory. August 19 and 20, I will be at the Comedy Chateau in North Hollywood, California. And on August 24th, I'm actually going to be doing a fundraiser in Burbank, and that fundraiser is for the VFW of Burbank. I'm coming back to New Jersey to go to a party. I'm not coming back to New Jersey to have any fun. I'm going to to do stand-up. I'm coming to have just fun. The Montego Bay Dance Reunion Bash is going to be at the Headliner on August 26th. I'm going at 7 o'clock. I'm not coming out until 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm shutting off my phone except for the stuff that I'm going to videotape. So if you guys are available and you come and you want to have some fun, come on down to the Headliner, Neptune, New Jersey, Route 35, August 26th, Montego Bay. 2 days later, I'm getting on a cruise ship and I'm going to the Bahamas. All right? Balsamic on the pizza enhances tomatoes. Can't wait to see you. Well, right now I'm not going to put any balsamic vinegar on my pizza because I'm going to load it up with the onions. But I hope Tastefully Olive had a great time watching tonight's show. Nice big shout out to my friends over at Diablo Moon at diablomoon.shop. A nice big shout out to my friend Jim Checchio for making sure my back is in great working order. I can't wait till tomorrow morning when I accidentally bump into him again and he beats the shit out of me in my basement and people laugh and have a good laugh at my torture and my pain. Sign up, folks. Sign up to keep on staying in touch with me at MikeMarino.net. You can watch all my videos on my YouTube channel, which is Mike Marino Live on YouTube. You could say hello to my producer, Tatiana Blueshell, if you think you'd make a great guest on my show. And unlike my brother Anthony, you have to show up. You have to fill out the application. So write to Mike Marino Entertainment at gmail.com. Say hello to Tatiana Blueshell and tell her that you would like to be on the show. We're going to get Vinny the Shoe, who we just got done talking about, who's performing tomorrow night at the Stone and Rail and Watch Out for the Bus show in Glen Rock. So thank you so much, Vinny the Shoe. Follow him right now, everybody. Vinny the Shoe on Instagram and over here on my Facebook channel. And stay in touch. We're going to have a lot of fun. Life is going to be great. Remember, let's make America Italian again. You don't know nothing. You don't see nothing. You don't say nothing. And how do I end every single one of my broadcasts? By always saying the same thing. Don't take no shit from nobody. See you tomorrow morning on the morning walk, folks. Don't forget. Make sure you watch. And I know you people on Facebook can't see and you can't hear that. But go to Instagram and you will. All right? Don't forget, you actually can keep on watching all of this stuff. I always forget to make this announcement. Live from my mother's basement's on iTunes, Google, Spotify, Anchor, Italian American Radio out of New York City with one of my good friends. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok. Send me some money on Patreon. You got a question for me? Write to me. Say, hey, Marino, tell me your question, and I'll give you an answer. All right? Take care. I know, I'm still on. Hold on. Hey, folks, I hope you're enjoying watching my podcast live from my mother's basement. We're having a lot of fun, and I'm going to have a lot of great guests on the show in the future. So if you like it, hit like. You could also leave a comment. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch other funny videos. And you could also listen to my podcast on your favorite podcast app like Spotify and iTunes.